Good morning from Jerusalem. Today I would like to read from Psalm number 2, a few verses that relates to what's going on in the world today and why Israel is facing again attacks diplomatically, politically, from all around the world, and mainly from the main countries in the world, leaders of the world like Britain and France and Portugal and Spain and Australia and other big nations that attacking Israel. Should not be surprising that this is happening, because it's happening again in history, that the nations are against Israel and the Jewish people, and we are blamed for things that we're not doing, not starving the Gazans, not killing people, not genociding people. This is not what Israel is doing and never done from the beginning of the world. We could do it, but we never did it, and we're never going to do it. The opposite is the truth, that our hostages is being starved to death and being abused mentally and physically, and being prevented from food and water and medicine and minimum of things that they need. They're being prevented in the name of starvation, again in the names of lies and deception and brutality and torturing and abusing the hostages and their families and the nation of Israel and the Jewish people today in Israel and around the world. Anti-Semitism is rising in many places. Israelis cannot get off boats or planes or walking the streets if they have any things that relates to Judaism or Jewish symbol. So let's read Psalm number 2 and see what's going on today in the world and how it's related to the scriptures. Why do the nations rage and the peoples plot in vain? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us tear off their bonds and cast away their ropes from us. So the spiritual aspect is that the kings and the nations of the earth, they're attacking God and his anointed one, the Messiah. The Jews return back to the land in order to say to Yeshua, Jesus, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. So all the attacks that we see and all the anti-Semitism and anti-Jewish things is against God and his anointed one, his son, the Messiah, Jesus. And it's not being said, it's not being seen in the media, but this is the main reason why Israel is being attacked, the Jewish people is being attacked all over the world, and the safest place for Jewish people is here in Israel and not anywhere else. And it's because of a spiritual reason that Islam and the devil and the enemies of God doesn't want to see God fulfill his promises, covenant promises to the Jewish people, and preparing the way to the return of Jesus to earth. Pay attention, do not fall into the deception of Hamas and France and Britain and Australia and all the lies and the deceptions against the IDF and against our government. Our government is far away from being good and righteous and walking with God. But those attacks coming because the enemy and the devil does not want to see the second coming of Christ to the Mount of Olives in Jerusalem. Be blessed and have a good day. Bye-bye.